We still have one person missing. However, I think we will start with the session and he will join us when he is here. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this exciting session on disruption to advantage, leveraging technology and innovation for cost-efficient and sustainable MSME growth. In today's interconnected global economy, MSMEs must shift from local operators to strategic players in global value chains amid constant disruptions. They need to move from reactive to proactive strategies by adopting the right technologies, redesigning processes, and building resilient, adaptive ecosystems that convert volatility into value and efficiency. I have just called out the names of all our panelists, and we also have Honorable Mr. Kondapalli Srinivas, Minister for MSME, SERP, NRI Empowerment and Relations, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and the rest of people I've already mentioned earlier. I now request Mr. Sunil Kodia, Chairman CII National MSME Council, and CMD Rajratan Global Wire Limited for his opening remarks. Please.
Good evening, Honorable Minister MSME, Mr. Kondapalli Srinivas, Honorable Secretary, Department of Industries and Commerce, Dr. N. Yuvraj, and my fellow panelists on the dais. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this important session, from disruption to advantage, leveraging technology and innovation for cost-efficient and sustainable MSME growth. This session comes at a very significant moment in time where the global economic landscape is evolving faster than ever. We have seen how technology has reshaped global production and value chain, from semiconductor shortages to advanced manufacturing and supply chain restructuring. One key lesson stands out: nations that invested early in innovation and capability building became stronger and more competitive. Today, everyone is part of global capability network. A small engineering firm in Coimbatore can supply components to Europe. A robotics startup in Singapore can power automation in Indian factories. India stands ready to collaborate, co-innovate, and create shared value with our global partners. India is home to over 70 million MSMEs, contributing 45% of exports, 30% of GDP, and 35% to manufacturing output. Our MSMEs are industrial powerhouses full of entrepreneurial energy, skill, and talent. The Government of India has undertaken transformative steps such as production-linked incentive scheme, credit support for MSMEs, and reforms promoting digital adoption. Skilling and ease of doing business, lot has been done in that area. CII too is actively enabling its ecosystem through policy advocacy and consultations, workshops, roundtables, and MSME clinics, and thought leadership platforms like this summit. With markets opening, digital trade expanding, and technology democratization opportunity, momentum is on our side. For Indian MSMEs, the potential is immense to tap global markets, harness technology, strengthen global value chain, participate in building sustainable growth. Further competitiveness will rest on these three practical pillars: technology adoption for productivity, sustainable operations, integration into global innovation and supply networks. To achieve this, MSMEs need access to advanced manufacturing and global markets, R&D linkages, and innovation partnerships. This session aims to bring these strengths together to make MSMEs more digital, global, sustainable, and resilient. I'll stop here, and we look forward to a very, very productive deliberation during this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kodia. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my proud privilege to announce the launch of DX Edge, a new initiative in Andhra Pradesh. Its main objective is to empower MSMEs through industry-academia collaboration. May I request the Honorable Minister for MSME, SERP, NRI Empowerment and Relations, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Kondapalli Srinivas, to kindly do the honors and launch the initiative by pressing the remote. Just press it, sir. Just press it.
One platform, one state, countless possibilities. MSMEs are the backbone of the Indian economy. By adopting digital tools, they can scale faster, operate more efficiently, and access new markets. To enable this shift, CII, supported by NITI Frontier Tech Hub, AICTE, and the Department of MSME Government of Andhra Pradesh, is proud to launch the DX Edge initiative in the state of Andhra Pradesh, empowering excellence and growth through digital transformation, heralding a new era of growth and enablement for MSMEs. Under the visionary leadership of Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu, Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh.
India is the third largest user of AI after US and China. Soon it will become number one. 30% of Indian companies maximizing value from AI. Global average is only 26.
DX Edge is a national framework that empowers MSMEs to enter the digital fold with the support of technology providers, academic institutions, and students. For MSMEs, it drives growth faster, lower costs, and global competitiveness.
I am happy to be associated with this initiative of DX Edge. This initiative would be very useful to all the micro and small industries to adopt technology for their use in business.
For academia and students, it bridges classrooms with real industry challenges, building future-ready digital talent.
Our DT Fellows completed the course on Digital Maturity Diagnostic Framework, worked with the mentors to conduct diagnostic studies, and prepared a comprehensive digital maturity report for the local MSMEs.
For technology providers, it creates a platform to scale their innovations, expand reach, and power nationwide impact.
Together, we are enabling MSMEs in particular to grow faster, smarter, and stronger.
So as a Indian, first we have to think that India should actually prosper in MSME because we are very good in understanding the technology. I've seen Indian doing well in the entire world.
The transformative ecosystem of DX Edge is set to ignite thousands of MSMEs, shaping them into a new economic powerhouse. DX Edge, transforming today, leading tomorrow.
We are pleased to have with us Ms. Debjani Ghosh, Distinguished Fellow at Niti Aayog and the Chief Architect of Niti Frontier Tech Hub, joining this launch virtually. Thank you, Ms. Ghosh, for joining us. I invite Mr. Vishwa M., Chief Executive Officer, Andhra Pradesh MSME Development Corporation, on stage to kindly hand over the remote to the Minister once again to do the honors and to play the video, please. The plaque, okay, the plaque, okay. So can we have that, please? Okay. Thank you, everybody. May I request Ms. Debjani Ghosh to say a few words about the DX Edge initiative supported by Niti Frontier Tech Hub, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Respected Minister, all other dignitaries on stage, and dear friends in the audience. First of all, a huge thanks for having me here, and my sincere apologies for not being able to join in person. But I have to congratulate Andhra Pradesh for always being in the lead and taking the lead to start something that I believe is going to be so important, which sits pretty much at the heart of India's economic transformation, the transformation of our MSMEs into a powerful growth catalyst through technology and through innovation. Before I get to DX, I just want to state a simple truth that I think we all have to accept. The world is not slowing down for anyone, any sector, or any country. The pace of technology change, the shifting supply chains that we are having to deal with, changing consumer expectations, these are all dynamics that's pretty much reshaping markets much faster than what we are used to. And for our MSMEs, who are the backbone of Indian economy, this is not just a disruption. I believe this can be a defining moment that will decide who grows, who survives, and who gets left behind. And I think the choice is really on us. We have to decide, because it is our actions that will decide what the future is. We've talked about the importance of this sector. It is, without the transformation and growth of this sector, there will be no Viksit Bharat. For Viksit Bharat to happen, the transformation of the MSME sector is absolutely critical. But as we talk about the transformation, we also must talk about the challenges. Global competition is intensifying, margins are under pressure, technology adoption is still very uneven. There's a national survey that was done recently, and it showed that nearly 70% of MSMEs have benefited in terms of productivity, business efficiencies, after adopting just the basic digital tools, UPI, smartphones, etc. But the same survey showed that less than 10% of MSMEs have actually started using AI or even experimenting with AI. So this is a parallel truth that we are living in. We have a twin reality where we know that digital basics are delivering measurable benefits, but at the same time, the vast potential of AI, data automation are still untapped. And that's what brings me to DX Edge. So once again, congratulations to Andhra Pradesh for taking the lead in driving this extremely important initiative, and congratulations to CII. Niti Frontier Tech Hub is really proud to work with CII to take this program to every single state in the country. And I think the biggest differentiator about DX Edge is that it does not look at the MSME sector as a homogeneous block. And that's where I think we often make mistakes when we are thinking about MSME programs. In DX Edge, we have recognized the different needs of the medium enterprise, small enterprise, and even the micro units. and also factored in the sector specific requirements, hence enabling us to connect MSMEs with not just affordable technology, but technology that is relevant for their needs. And that becomes very important. And the second thing about DX Edge is that it's about building an ecosystem that can sustain the growth of this sector. So, in sum, I would just say that the next decade has to be about taking our MSMEs from local champions to global value chain players, and we have to compete not just on low cost but quality, reliability, and of course sustainability. Our journey to Viksit Bharat will be written, I believe, not just by the large enterprises, but the millions of MSMEs that choose to transform themselves and transform India. So, congratulations once again to Andhra Pradesh and to CII. And I hope that this program becomes a moonshot project for MSMEs in the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ghosh. May I now invite the 10 academic institutions representatives who are present here today and have joined to support this initiative. The names of all these institutes can be seen on the screen, and I'd like to invite all the reps here to join the dignitaries on the stage for a group picture to mark the journey of digital transformation of MSMEs in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Please do join us on stage. All of you who represent the names that you see on the screen. Whilst we have everybody here, we will have the release of the DX Edge AP brochure. You have the brochure? We will have a group photo with the brochures being held up. And with this photo, we release the DX Edge AP brochure. Can we hear it for this release, please? Thank you everybody. May I request the dignitaries to sit down and the others to go back to their seats. CII Niti Frontier Tech Hub and AICTE greatly appreciate Government of Andhra Pradesh APMSME Department, Directorate of Technical Education for partnering with us in launching this initiative in Andhra Pradesh today. A big round of applause goes to all the colleges who have come forward to join this unique movement to engage with the MSMEs in their digital transformation journey. I'm waiting for the big round of applause. Thank you everybody. Now we will be having a few more MOUs exchanged with the Government of Andhra Pradesh related to the MSME sector. We have a 3-minute video on all the MOUs, letter of intent and launch of initiatives. On stage, we have pictures in the following order, and may I request and invite all those mentioned in the, I'll call out the names. Exchange of letter of intent for establishing a center of excellence in smart manufacturing, AI and industry 4.0 by United Nations Industrial Development Organization. Do we need to get the people here? Okay. So once the video is played, we'll call everybody here to join us on stage.
Across India, MSMEs power innovation and opportunity. And in Andhra Pradesh, this spirit is being renewed under the visionary leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Narachandra Babu Naidu Garu. With the mission of one family, one entrepreneur, the state is enabling every household to participate in growth and prosperity. At the Partnership Summit, this vision gains momentum through collaborations that bring global expertise and modern capabilities to our MSMEs. We begin with advanced manufacturing, as Andhra Pradesh partners with United Nations Industrial Development Organization to establish a center of excellence in smart manufacturing, prototyping, and digital transformation. This collaboration aligns with UNIDO's mandate under the India Country Program and its joint declaration with the India SME Forum, advancing Sustainable Development Goal 9 and strengthening innovation-led industrial growth. This center will focus on AI, robotics, Industry 4.0 tools, AR/VR applications, and global standard digital skilling. Additionally, with sector-specific spoke centers across industrial clusters, it will support solution identification, technology demonstration, and hands-on capacity building for MSMEs. UNIDO and ISF will bring international best practices, curriculum development, and train-the-trainer programs, creating master trainers and integrating global expertise with Andhra Pradesh skilling and incubation ecosystem, fostering long-term industrial innovation. We move to sustainability, with EESL supporting energy-efficient solutions across MSME clusters, making enterprises cleaner and more competitive. On the export front, the Walmart Vriddhi initiative expands its support through capacity buildings, export readiness, and supply chain access for global markets. To strengthen innovation, a partnership with Steinbus Germany establishes a Center for Technology Transfer and Global R&D linkages. To deepen global trade, collaboration with Export Academy Baden-Württemberg builds Indo-German export linkages and leadership programs for MSME owners. Entering a new frontier, FirstGen brings an AI-enabled company, building ecosystem that unlocks unused intellectual properties and empowers innovators. At home, innovation becomes enterprise as NRDC transfers the autonomous underwater profiling drifter to Safe Sea India Private Limited under RAMP, a strong example of technology commercialization. And as MSME scale, the listing of Area 22 Limited on NSE Emerge reflects the state's commitment to helping entrepreneurs grow through equity markets. These partnerships connect global audience to local ambition and turn ideas into enterprise. Guided by Honorable Chief Minister Shri Narachandra Babu Naidu Garu, Andhra Pradesh is building a future where innovation is inclusive, opportunity is widespread, and every family can rise. A Swarna Andhra is emerging, powered by entrepreneurs and strengthened by world-class partnerships.
And now I'll invite the various MOUs that have been exchanged or signed. The first exchange is a letter of intent for establishing a Center of Excellence in Smart Manufacturing, AI and Industry 4.0 by United Nations Industrial Development Organization. Can I request the Minister to please come forward and do it in their presence, please? The next exchange of MOU is with Energy Efficiency Service Limited to facilitate energy efficiency solutions for MSMEs in Andhra Pradesh. This exchange is followed by an exchange of MOU with Walmart Vridhi and Ideas to Impact Foundation to make MSMEs in Andhra Pradesh export ready. We now have an exchange of MOU to establish Steinbees Technology Transfer Center in Andhra Pradesh. This is followed by another exchange of MOU with Export Academy Baden-Württemberg for capacity building in exports for MSMEs. Our next exchange of MOU with First Gen Switzerland to commercialize unutilized IPs. We now have a technology transfer agreement by NRDC, NIOT to SafeSea India Private Limited for autonomous underwater profiling drifter. And finally, recognizing successful listing of Messrs. Arit 22 Limited on the NSE Emerge platform. And for all the MOUs, can we have a round of applause? And congratulate all those who have committed themselves. Thank you all. I now have the proud privilege to invite the Honorable Minister, Mr. Kondapalli Srinivas, to deliver the keynote address. Oh, I think we still have something which is being photographed. I think we can take it now. May I now invite you, Minister Sir, to deliver the keynote address, please.
Good evening. I would love to hear the acknowledgement. Good evening, all of you. Hope you're having a great day today. I would like to acknowledge the dignitaries on the dais. Mr. Thomas John Mutut, Chairman of CII Southern Region and Chairman of Managing Director of Mutut Finance Corporation Limited. And I also like to recognize Mr. Ponnuswamy, Co-Chairman of CII National MSME Council and CMD Pond Pure Chemical India Private Limited, and Mr. Phillips, CEO and founder of First Gen Switzerland, and Mr. Prasad Maghanti, founder and CEO of Maghanti IT, United States, and my dear colleague Tamireddy Sivashankar Garu, Chairman of MSME Development Corporation of Andhra Pradesh, and Mr. Ritin Korea, Project Specialist, United Nations Industrial Development Organization, and Mr. Amaya Prabhu, Co-Chairman CII International Council, and Mr. Vinod Kumar, President, India SME Forum. A very good evening, sir, and warm welcome from state of Andhra Pradesh. And a very good evening of the dais. With due respect, I wanted to acknowledge and thank you, all of you, for coming all the way here to the city of Visakhapatnam and participating in this grand event under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu. I would like to make a note. The entire globe is looking at India given the situation of the geopolitical conditions, out of which Andhra Pradesh hosting this CII Global Partnership Summit and trying to explain and convince the industrialists to invest in India, and also we represent the state of Andhra Pradesh, try to convince you to also look at Andhra Pradesh. Being a minister from MSME, I would really like to tell you that the state initiatives in promoting and supporting the MSME units is very excellent in trying to build an ecosystem where the MSMEs can prosper. Honorable Chief Minister has been very proactive in trying to setting up the ecosystem in the state of Andhra Pradesh. He has built nearly 23 different policies that are exclusively meant for different sectors. You have a policy for green energy, you have a policy for recycling, you have a policy for defense, aerospace, space technologies, and many more. So one has to surprise what is the difference between a policy of generic and what is a policy that you have for a defense. He has taken an extra care to understand what is that sector which is actually looking at. In a defense cluster, in the defense policy, there is an option of an incentive for getting the technology from original manufacturer, original equipment manufacturer. So that minute level has been taken care. Honorable Chief Minister is very much passionate to see that how do we integrate the MSMEs to the large industries, and for that he has brought in a very good policies altogether. And I should also say that he has taken the cluster approach. He has taken the entire state with a geodynamics, where he wanted to develop a cluster with space technology and space-related companies in one different location, one location, and the defense industries in one location, and the agriculture-based processing centers in one location, petrochemical on one side, and you also have bulk drug manufacturing on one side, and you also have a steel industry on one side. So like this, he has a cluster approach all in the entire state. And how does it actually help the MSMEs? He wants to ensure that the large industries are placed in a cluster approach so that the MSME can form an ancillary support mechanism for the large industries. He's giving a cluster approach with special incentives in building the common facility centers. And this is a very good approach where he wanted the SMEs to collaborate together and work with the government to establish a common facility center so that their capital investment and the operating investment can be reduced. So this is how Andhra Pradesh is thinking towards the support of MSME industries. In a larger scope, he also supporting how does the industry should get aligned with the large industries. He has formulated nearly 175 MSME parks across the state, exclusively to mention that he wanted to give as sector-based parks as well. Because these parks in every constituency of the assembly, where they will be aligned to the large industry sector, they will be aligned to the cluster of the industry, they will be aligned to the geolocation of the cluster which he wanted to develop. So the entire scope has been very fantastic in supporting the SME industries. I should also say that Honorable Chief Minister is trying to adopt technologies. He has given a clear instruction that apart from what the central government is supporting for SMEs, he also wanted to formulate a cluster approach for the state government, support from the state government as well. And not only that, he also wanted how do we prosper, how do we engage the technology into the SMEs. As you all know that AI is something that's coming worldwide. We as Indians give solutions to large industries and many more industries across the globe. But I take this opportunity to make everyone use the AI in your daily operations. We need to use AI in connecting your product into the digital environment. You need to connect AI in your operations of HR. You need to connect your AI in building export links. You need to connect AI to build R&D center of your own. So these things will definitely make a lot of difference in governing and creating a low cost in manufacturing your own product. Because that is another aspect which Honorable Chief Minister wanted to aspire. How do you reduce the manufacturing cost of a product? He always believes that using the technology in a right way will reduce your cost in manufacturing a product. So in a broader spectrum, I would like to convey that the state of Andhra Pradesh is welcoming SMEs across the globe. Whoever wanted to join the state, we are ready to build sector-based parks or country-specific parks, because we recently tried to make an MOU with German-based park where we want to invite all the German industries to extend their manufacturing units in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So likewise, we also want to invite any other country to come and establish a country-specific parks which would really invite their companies and build an ecosystem which is particular to their country. I should also say that Honorable Chief Minister has given extra support on CGT MSC, a credit-based linkage to expand the existing entrepreneurs and to support the startups. So as you all know, that 75% has been supported by the central government, and the state government has initiated and did an MOU with CGT MSC to give an additional 20%. So 95% credit guarantee scheme has been applied through the banks. So that is a very good initiative from the state government. I should also say that not only the infrastructure, not only the bank linkage, government also wanted to support the knowledge base as well. Honorable Chief Minister has started Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, which would primarily work for SMEs to support and getting the right knowledge at the right time. He has given hub and spoke model, where spokes being established in various regions and hub being centrally operated from the capital region. His idea is to connect the industry to the universities. An industry, an SME problem, any problem in terms of technical, any problem with management can be discussed, can be routed to an university where they could really get an help. So this is how Honorable Chief Minister is looking at in connecting the knowledge base to the industry. And he wanted to speed up this, so that is why he has given a private model. The government is supporting with some budget, and there's a big corporate guys have come to the state and collaborated with us and trying to connect, trying to help the industry in connecting the universities as well. And there's also an ecosystem in this for startups, for I&PRs, where the startups can be registered in this Ratan Tata Innovation Hubs, and the I&PRs can be registered. And this is where Honorable Chief Minister is trying to monetize them as well. He's trying to empanel all the venture capitalists who want to monetize a I&PR into a grand scale. There are a lot of startups in India where they're not getting a chance to monetize it. So Honorable Chief Minister has created a good platform, Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, which would monetize the I&PR startups you gave it. And he is also very particular on how do we create awareness on IPOs for SMEs. As you all know that IPO can be established in SMEs as well. So he's creating awareness programs for all the companies, SMEs, so that they could scale up in a grand way. So all this ecosystem is very much needed for SMEs, and Honorable Chief Minister thinks that SMEs could only be strengthened with a proper ecosystem. And he believes that SMEs are the backbones of the nation. SMEs can prosper the Indian community. SMEs can really empower the country's growth. And he believes that the major employment comes from SMEs. So that is why he wants to promote one family, one entrepreneur. 30 years ago, he believed that the world requires a lot of IT professionals, and he thought, let's make a vision where every family could have an IT professional in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Likewise, he has enabled so many engineering colleges, skilling centers, a lot of companies to come into Andhra Pradesh. Has given the market access on the front-end linkage, and the back end, he has built an engineering college where a lot of students get into the engineering. So that is how Andhra has got so many IT professionals across the globe. We have a lot of IT leaders. We have a lot of people working from every village, every household having an IT professional. Now Honorable Chief Minister thinks that every family should have an entrepreneur. He believes that Andhra as such has the potential for an entrepreneurship. He believes that back in old times where Satavahanas ruled the country, Andhra has got entrepreneurs at that time. They used to travel across the globe, across the nations, to export and import goods which India wanted at that time. He believes that Andhras really have the potential to adopt entrepreneurship. So that is where he's trying to build a concept where one family, one entrepreneur, to promote entrepreneurship in a big way. So Honorable Chief Minister is very much delighted to support SMEs in a big way. And today's MOUs, you can see that today's MOUs are particularly to support most of the SMEs. I'm very delighted that these MOUs are done here and many more to come. Honorable Chief Minister believes SMEs are the backbone to the nation. They have to be supported in a grand way. And he's trying to adopt any private institution to support these SMEs. So I'm very, very happy to note that I'm being a Minister for SME, MSME, and trying to execute a leadership under this guidance is a big wish for anyone to do. I'm happy to be here, and And thank you all for being here. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'd now like to request Mr. Sunil Kodia, Chairman, CII National MSME Council and CMD Rajratan Global Wire Limited, to moderate the session with the panelists, but we have precisely 10-12 minutes to do it and wrap up. So over to you, sir.
Yeah. Good evening and thank you. You can see the challenge, 10-12 minutes, and we have 8 people to talk. So I'll give only 2 minutes to each for your quick response to. So finance being most important for SMEs, my first question is to Mr. Muthoot. With your vast experience in financial inclusion and innovation, how can digital finance and fintech unlock access to affordable capital for MSMEs, especially in underserved regions? What models can drive both growth and sustainability?
Thank you, Sunil. It's a very valid question at this point of time. If you look at the statistics of MSMEs in 2015, we had around 63 million MSMEs, of which just 15% was in the formal segment and almost 85% was in the informal. When we say informal, they're the ones who are not having access to the mainstream finance, or they don't have the records to take a loan from a NBFC or a bank. Now, if you fast forward and look at 2025, we have 70 million MSMEs, of which almost 48% has become formal. And how this has happened is because of few things which technology has helped. The first and the foremost is the UPI, bringing all these informal segment MSMEs to start using UPI. What has happened when you use UPI, so much of information is available so that credit is available. And when credit is available, you tend to grow, and there is a more opportunity for you to do more business, and that is how technology is helping these MSMEs. The second is with UPI, they are able to borrow digitally without even taking their pen to sign a piece of paper. Entire documentation can be done through digitally, and they can, depending on how much of transaction they do on their UPI or on their POS machine, they are able to borrow to that extent. That is how more of these customers are becoming formal customers for banks and NBFCs. The second is on the ONDC, which is the Open Network Digital Commerce, which has opened all these MSMEs to be on the e-commerce platform, and they don't have to be disrupted by the bigger players, and they are also part of the e-commerce. And the third development that is happening in digital for these segment of customers would be the ULI, which is again Unified Lending Interface, which is now under development, and in any time it can be launched. Once these are available, many of these customers, many of these MSMEs will become formal. I am sure that in the next 1 year, this 48% can go up to 75% also. So that is the technology that is leveraging the MSMEs and making them formal.
Thank you, Mr. Muthoot, for throwing light on how technology is helping quick access to finance, especially for MSMEs. Now my next question is to Mr. Philip. Based on your experience in international collaborations, how can global innovation ecosystem strengthen MSMEs' resilience? What role do international technology partnerships play in making MSME globally competitive?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Thank you for being here. It's an honor. Great to see you again after in Zurich, and thank you for the MOU and the trust. We hope we can add a lot of value to Andhra Pradesh, to your activities, and it's an honor to be here in that panel. So, if I may wrap it up in a different way, we're talking about scalability, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't need international, whatever, collaboration, right? If you just want to hold the status, you want to grow. And every SME globally wants to grow. And if you really look at it and Google it or ChatGPT it, the mass scalability of SME is an unsolved problem globally, right? So I think it goes a little deeper. What are the reasons why you can't scale SMEs in masses, right? My conclusion is, despite this teaching, coaching, referring, whatever programs you have, the probability of success did not increase over the last decades. And it will not increase with AI, right? So you can have to think less, right? But in the end, it's estimated that 95% of all AI companies will die. Same quota we have in other sectors. So in my opinion, we have to teach and coach how to get through distressed times and how to build trust. Whoever I talk to, basically every other week I'm in a different continent, talk to representatives and whatever not, there's always the same question: how to internationalize, how to both ways create win-win situations in masses, and most people are always with like, what's in for me, right? And until we don't teach how to build trust and to hold trust interculturally, I think we have a problem, because nothing will change, literally nothing. And the same quota, the startup insane failure rates, 3%, 4% of all innovation gets funding, and from these 3-4%, 90 to 99, depending on the statistic, fail. The ones who make it become an SME. Imagine you could have methods to have like X2, X3, X4, like instead of like from 200,000 startups I learned today here in the wider region, not just 5,000 would survive, and it would take 5 years. There would be, I don't know, 50,000, 100,000, half of it would survive. And put that into perspective in 5 years if you could accelerate it. Or you could accelerate the innovation cycle to bring more innovation faster, more precise, with less defaults into the markets. And the SME is just an extension of the startups, right, who kind of make it, right? Yeah, and this is what we have to change and teach how to build trust and how to negotiate the basic skills, what everybody thinks they have, but very few people do have it. Otherwise, the numbers would be different. We have just 2 minutes, was I think 2.5. So we have a solution to that on First Gen. I think that's the reason why we partnered. And we want to deploy a lot of resources into Andhra Pradesh. I've never seen a culture where you think you meet an entrepreneur and it's actually somebody from the government and drives it and drives it and drives it, where the old powers, let's say it like that, decrease speed and are afraid of losing something, right? And they should be. Here, it's insane, and it's so positive, so great, this mindset, the power everywhere you go, and this is what we try to put also here in the state Andhra Pradesh, but also India. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and all the best for all your initiatives in Andhra Pradesh. Let me now come to Mr. Punnuswamy. You have been very passionately working with CII for cause of MSME, and one of the subject you are an expert on is government e-commerce platform, GEM. Can you throw light on what that is and how it can help MSMEs?
Thank you, Sunilji. One of the most reform in government e-procurement has happened in the last 8 years. I think there was one organization called DGSE, Director General of Supplies and Disposal. 40 years they have been procuring around 6,000 crores per annum. But it has a paper tender, it will go, there are a lot of transparency missing. I don't know how many of it the crowd are supplying through GEM portal. It is last year they have procured 5,40,000 crores. It was started at it is third largest public procurement in the globally. I think we have touched, and one of the good thing is MSME has supplied about 2 lakh crore. 44% of the supplies of goods and services are done by MSMEs. One thing I have been telling Honorable Minister, and yesterday we had an interaction with the Honorable CM, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu garu also. I think the state, particularly southern states, lack in supplies to government e-procurement. I think there is a percentage of supply in southern state, and this state has lot of opportunity. Like here it's a lot of, Vizag it's a lot of PSU, like Hindustan Petroleum, there are several companies. I think there is a, and what I was saying, PSUs particularly, there is a specification, the tender, about 25% MSME they had to order. Some of the companies are procuring about 60% from MSME. That is, and also women entrepreneurs 3%, SCST about 4%. They have the opportunity to supply. One best thing is, if the company is in Delhi, you need not go there. You need not canvas. No marketing. Only thing is sort of technology. This technology from your computer, you can put the tender. And payment comes in 10 days. Most of them are 30 days. So no marketing cost. A computer operating person can handle this. I think I am expecting it will reach another 10 lakh crore. Then India will become number one e-procurement, public procurement. I think we should supply, and state governments also procuring. I think Honorable Minister was yesterday telling that we will procure also, our government procure that. If you supply to Andhra, you can supply. One best thing in this is, somebody supplied to defense PSU. Somebody supplies the oil marketing company. The same product like the export. Defense Ministry is helping you to MSME to export for friendly countries. And also, if you are supplying to ONGC, you can supply whole world oil drilling chemicals, oil field chemicals. So you have big opportunity. With this experience, you can do it. I think I can speak for an hour on this. It is really good. I think if you are not a supplier, MSME or big company, immediately it is right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Punnuswamy. We don't have an hour to for this, but all of you can reach out to him. He is always available for the cause of MSME, and he will educate you how to take advantage of e-portals. Yeah. My next question is to Mr. Amay Prabhu. Amay, from your perspective in global finance, how can strategic capital and innovative financing mechanisms help MSMEs scale effectively? What changes are needed in the investment ecosystem to support innovation-led MSME growth?
So, I know we are speaking on micro, small, and medium enterprises, and hence we've been given micro time to speak on these sectors. But while, of course, it's a very broad question, but I'm going to take it in two parts in micro time. One is, why do we need MSMEs? That's the first question. And if you see, there's a very famous story about a sea called the Aral Sea, which is the world's, at one point, one of the biggest inland seas in the world in Russia. And today it shrunk by over 80%. And why did it shrink? It shrank because the rivers that fed the water into that sea dried up. Similarly, if we, this morning, Piyush ji, our Honorable CM Chandrababu Naidu sir, Garu, said that India has to be 5 trillion, then 35 trillion. But if India has to be 5 and 35 trillion, first step we need is large companies, like large seas and large rivers. And how can they exist without tributaries and smaller rivers? So if MSME sector dries up, economy will not grow, companies will not grow. And hence, we need capital for this sector. Hence, we need to have more and more innovation in this sector, more technological innovation. We need to support them. And I think Punnuswamy Garu said it so well that today, through procurement, we are helping them because we need to create a market. We, of course, need to bring more international finance. And I think, unfortunately, that's a much longer conversation. But, and there are great other speakers. Vinodji, he was telling me just now that he has 12 and a half lakh MSMEs on his platform. So I think we need to be able to give them more access to finance. And I think I'll just take 1 minute and speak. Today with blockchain and AI, we are able to detect which companies, speaking on innovation, what is the default rate of which companies are run well, which companies are not run well, and what we can also do is tokenize. So for example, a company like TVS Motor is highly credible company. They have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 suppliers. The tier 1 supplier will be a medium or large company. They will go and get financing. But the tier 5 supplier may not get it. So can we bring financial innovation in order to discount and tokenize that? And these are the sort of innovations we need to discuss, but that we can do when CII gives us more than micro time. So we look forward to that and we'll discuss that further. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Amay. And continuing from what you said, I would now like to talk to Mr. Vinod Kumar. Where are those 12 lakh crores and how do you help MSMEs to utilize that, and how do you bring transformation and funding to MSMEs?
Thank you, sir, for that quick. I'm going to be very, very quick. I know a lot of you have withstood the whole day, all sorts of conversations. But I want to talk about two things. One is, when we talk about innovation, is India the land of innovation? Yes or no? Yes? Yes. Excellent. So that is the level of confidence each one of have, when we talk about this. So why are we not innovative in our industries? What is pushing us back? Tamir Reddy sir and me were part of a reverse buyer seller meet day before yesterday, and we encountered a buyer from Egypt. And this buyer from Egypt, Tamir Reddy sir will remember, showed us the brochure and said, sir, this seller is trying to sell me World War II machinery. And we said, but why is that seller still making it? Because we are buying it. So till when are we going to withstand this? 74% of micro, small, medium enterprises in India still are on obsolete machineries. They are still using processing equipment which is completely outdated, does not work at all. Please be reminded of the cultural, the heritage all of you have. When we talk about innovation and when we talk about science, how old is surgery in India? Anybody can tell me? 5,000 BCE. 5,000 BCE. How old is astronomy in India? None of us know these figures because, we've forgotten the past and we are looking at, joining the future without actually looking at what our past has given us. Sugar was invented in India. Ink was invented in India. Chess was invented in India, and not last 300, 400, 500 years. This is all I am talking about. Which century? 3rd century, 6th century. You have a Birhadishwara temple which has astronomical calculations as far as the construction of the temple is concerned, and it is from the 11th century. Why in God's name are we still using old machinery? Is my question. It's a question to all of you. We need to compete with the whole world. For that, we need to reinvent that Indian within us that is hiding somewhere deep inside. To be able to tell the world, we know better than you, we know what to do, but we are a little complacent. We need leaders like Chandrababu Naidu Garu sir to wake us up and remind us that go back and become globally competitive. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, I'll ask Mr. Shiva Shankar Rao, as chairman of Andhra Pradesh MSME Development Corporation, how are you initiating promoting cost-efficient, sustainable, and innovative-led growth. How can Andhra Pradesh policy approach serve as a model for the nation?
Thank you, sir. So, first of all, I would like to say that Andhra Pradesh in particular recognized and realized that MSME is the growth engine as far as employment generation and economic development of state concerned. So under the leadership of, visionary leadership of our beloved Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu, and a man sitting in this dais, a dynamic Honorable Minister Mr. Kondapalli Srinivas garu, who is leading MSME policies. As you rightly asked that we are building up ecosystem in our state. How to make it sustainable to the existing MSMEs, or how to establish new MSMEs, because Andhra Pradesh is one of the producer of technocrats every year. In India, largest technocrats, engineering graduates, technocrats and other people, management graduates. So how utilize, because Andhra Pradesh is a ample wealth of human resource coupled with the talent. So we are making them to, that is the reason our CM Sahab made a clarion call. That is one family, one entrepreneur by 2030. That is the game changer in Andhra Pradesh affairs as well as MSME policy concerned. That is the biggest game changer. No other state can do this. And also, no other state so far announced, that is waste and circular policy, recycling policy, 4.0 was announced by the state. So we are taking all the things to establish the industries. Moreover, we are also helping the industrialist ecosystem. That is, more we are conducting the global market facility to MSME sectors and accessing to the finance and helping the new entrepreneurs by way of CGTMSC, that state CGTMSC, apart from Government of India scheme. And also this reverse buyers, how to make an export and compete in the global market. These are all initiations under the leadership of our Honorable Minister as well as Chief Minister. Andhra Pradesh MSME is now became a vibrant and very, very dynamic, and it is, you might have definitely appreciate, we are having 175 consciences, and all 175 consciences MSME parks have been established. And also very land is a problem. Flatted factory complexes were also constructed and established, laid the foundation. By virtue of all these initiations, we are helping a lot, we are putting a lot of helping hands to the entrepreneurs, manufacturers, traders, and all the business community. Thank you, sir. That's all.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, I would like to ask Mr. Prasad, who is founder and CEO of Mangati IT, United States. With your background in digital transformation, how can MSMEs harness AI, cloud, and data analytics to enhance agility and competitiveness? What practical steps can small enterprises take to begin their digital journey effectively?
Thank you, everyone. I'm very privileged to be part of this partnership summit. As a US-based company with a strong presence in India, what the MSME companies will do is invest time and your most of time, train your employees also. In myself, I'm going to do 35% of my earn money to train our own team and start small investment to R&D for AI side, artificial intelligence. You have to make sure our organization sustain doing that one also is very important. So we want to make sure innovations, sustainability together, and company needs to be grab more US clients because United States right now, Trump administration, it is very tough, immigration part or hiring Indian people over there. So lot of US organization looking for global staffing shortage. We want to be bring lot of business to India. So it is a good opportunity for our state to get more business from United States. I'm looking, try to get better knowledge to your staff and collaborate with other companies to partnership with other companies and government institutions. We can raise more. We can grow much better as a MSME, I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now my last question is to Mr. Ritin Korea. You bring your knowledge, expertise from United Nations Industrial Development Corporation organization. So what do you suggest the Indian MSMEs, how they can use technology and innovation in their businesses?
Thank you very much for the question. First of all, last means I get to reflect on what all these stalwarts have said, and it gives me a very unique opportunity to wrap in the experience of the United Nations and also reflect on a lot of key points that have been mentioned here. Trust, access to markets, bridging user-producer relationships, bringing the point of how you can bring technology at an effective and a cost-effective manner to the SMEs. SMEs being the backbone to the economy. All these things resonate, but I think what is key to understand and reflect is, first of all, they're all part of a system of innovation, the ecosystem, if you may call that. If you understand your own capabilities, the own relationships that you have within your ecosystem, and consider that once you have your own understanding of your own asset worth, you can reflect and link externally, which also links to a point of quality and standards, building trust. Now, from the perspective of the UN, SDG 9, we are one of the custodian institutions for SDG 9. Industry is in our name, it's in our mandate. How can we help SMEs bring technology forward? Well, meeting His Honourable Minister again for the second time, reflecting on discussions we've had, working with key partners such as in the SME Forum. We're lucky to be having this opportunity to bring forward initiatives such as the Smart Manufacturing Hub that we want to develop. Bear in mind, this is about international partners that we have. This is about building international networks and building trust. This would be the first of its kind in Asia, working with Deutsche Messer Academy. There's only 4 others institutions that exist in USA, Latin America, North Africa. So this would be the first of its kind in Asia. Also linking to platforms that we have, such as the AIM Global platform, which brings and bridges AI and manufacturing together. So I think in sum, and if I was to reflect on what is core to the whole discussion that's taken place here, which is the Vision 2047 and the key tenets which have been laid out in the Vision 2047 strategy. Think vision, think long term, think small steps, but think about measurement and impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ritin. I know you would like to listen more, but because of the time allotted to us, I have to stop here. Thank you to all the eminent panel who was with me on this dais and for inspiring thoughts and valuable insights. This discussion has provided a wealth of ideas to shape the next phase of MSME transformation. With this, we would like to conclude this session. Thank you so much.
May I invite Mr. Vishwa Manohar to kindly hand over a token of appreciation to each of our panelists. Give it to the bag only. It's very difficult to carry. Abhi photo ho jani hai. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude this session, our final session for today. I'd like to invite all of you for dinner, which is at the Radisson Blu Resort. The Radisson Blu Resort, I think it's about 20 minutes from here. And you're all most welcome to join us for dinner there. Thank you very much. There is an MOU signing happening here. A number of MOUs are going to be signed. Post that, when you're done with this MOU signing, I invite all of you for dinner at the Radisson Blu Resort. Thank you.
Conducting it really
Thank
well.
you.
I know it's very challenging. And
Thanks. I'm so sorry. I have to give 12 by minute.
I think I did in given time.
And did I call your name out wrong?
Chordia.
Oh,
But I think
I think it's very nice. I mean, I think your comments about much better because otherwise I see this.
There's a MOU section will happen. It will happen.